Good morning. Hi, Daryl. Hi, Steve. Yes. Lori from Canada. Is it freezing up there? I bet it is. I forgot to get a cushion for my seat. This is going to be interesting. Yes. Steve at Deadly Wound mentioned that I just uploaded a video at the same time that I went live. And the truth is, that is truth. But the reason is that it just took a long time to finish that video. You may watch these videos and you go, well, why does that take so long? It just does. I mean, if you go through a video and you analyze, there are sometimes 100 clips that are put together like a sandwich this way. It's a long sandwich. And then when you feel like you've got the timing right on that, and you're not going too long on a clip, and your things are moving along, then you finally kind of weave it together. Then you got to adjust the sound, because the sound is not always, you're not always the same distance from the microphone. And then when you get all that done, you got to put titles in. If there's anything that wasn't explained properly, you need an on-screen title. Those take time. And then you add music. And of course, you've got to add your beginning and end titles, which you use in every video. And by the time you get it all done, then you've got to export it, which doesn't take too long, depending on the length of the video. And then you upload it to YouTube. And depending on the length of the video, that could take anywhere from 35 minutes to over an hour. And once it uploads there, then you have to add all your cards and end screens and all of that stuff. So I started at 4 this morning because I was too tired to finish it last night. And I thought, oh, this will only take me a couple of hours this morning. Good morning. This will only take me a couple of hours this morning. And it took from 4 until now, until 10 minutes ago. So anyway, good morning. And good morning, Thomas. And I forget where you are. Amal in Saudi. Good morning, Mix in Latvia. Anam Prem. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying Dallas. I would not have remembered. Good morning, Christina in Northern Cal. Pedro is in, I want to say Brazil, or am I mixing you up? I'm so sorry. Jack, good morning. Jack, I need you. Don't go away. I want you to identify a bird. It's a very common bird, and I'm sure everyone will know what it is. This is Christine, I believe, Keating from Ireland, tuning in. And Lori, of course, is in the deep freeze up in Canada. I am here. I am in my home, soon to be not my home. And I am here, and I decided to go outside. It was really cold when I first opened the door, and I thought, oh my gosh, can I sit out there for an hour and not turn to ice? And so I put on my ski parka. I'll probably peel that off pretty soon. Let's see. Pedro, just remind me where you are, okay? And Thomas is in Portland. Revital Aharon. Thank you very much. Where are you writing from? Revital. Like revitalize. Oh, that's what I'm doing with my life. I'm revitalizing my life. Teresa Harris. I know. Thank you, Teresa. Let's see. And this is Ehab Ali. Where are you writing from, Ehab? Teresa, thank you so much. I look forward to it too. A lot of things are happening. Revital Aharon is in New York. Are you in New York City? My favorite city. I mean, I actually like New York better than Los Angeles, believe it or not, but it's harder to live there. So, and it's even more, I think it's even more expensive there than it is here, which is here is a fortune. Brian in New Jersey, good morning. Brian, I uploaded a video just 5 minutes before I went live. So after we're done, go back and watch that. Zora. Thank you for writing from Northern California. I am, I'm going to save that. I am going to do that on my last day. I'm going to talk about why I'm leaving. But the property is for sale, and and I will not, even after the sale of the house, have the money to buy another house in west side of Los Angeles. It's too expensive. So I have to have a landing place, and my landing place is an apartment building where I have dear friends. So it will be like I'm with family, and I won't be alone. And so that's why I'm going there. Plus, my friend in the building is an avid gardener, but her specialty is roses. And so I hope to learn a great deal about roses because, I don't know that much. And I have had such a hard time trying to keep my heirloom rose plant that I salvaged from my old neighbor's property next door. It's an amazing rose when it blooms and when it's healthy. Oh my, the smell is unbelievable. Scent, I should say, is unbelievable. But everything eats it. Everything loves it. Good morning, Hakimi. Brooklyn. Brooklyn. I have spent a bit of time in Brooklyn, and one night I spent in Brooklyn in the emergency room. It was so hot, I had an anxiety attack. I thought I was having a heart attack, and this was 11 o'clock at night, coming back from Manhattan after watching a play, and I got very anxious. It was really hot in the subway. By the time I got to Brooklyn, I was just a mess. And I called 911 for myself, and I spent a memorable night in the emergency room in Brooklyn. I don't remember the name of the hospital. I hope to never be back. Food Forest next door is Rebecca in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm going to see you one of these days. Blue Moon is in, I want to say, Bosnia. And Hakimi is in Malaysia, obviously. Thank you for doing that. I hope that answered your question, Zora, and I hope you'll stay with my channel. I have over 600 garden videos on my channel. Not just my garden. I've traveled all over the U.S. I haven't actually, I stayed in Brooklyn in 2017 in my friend's building, not her apartment, but there was a vacant apartment, not vacant, but it was a place I could stay in that building. And the woman on the ground floor had the whole back. It was a long back yard, brownstone. And can you believe I never edited that video? And I just thought about it now. That's crazy. Oh, I need to get back to that. Let's see. Hakimi, it's not the final. It's not the final. I'll tell you now what the timing is on everything. Daryl, what do you see? Yeah, right. Daryl, Jack, I would almost move to Maryland just to be near you and your family. You're such a good person. Almost. Teresa is in Ramona, California, and I don't know where that is. Silver Garcia. I know. It's horrible. You really think you're going to die. You're convinced you just walk up to a complete stranger and say, I'm dying. It's awful. Hey, Maddie in Iceland. Hey, Kevin in Florida. Kevin is Big Wave, Florida. And let's see, Aaron. Aaron. No, I haven't yet. And let's just talk about that right now for a second. Let me make this larger so I don't have to squint. There. Got a plane going over. I don't see Kate. Jack, I don't know if you can grab any of my links and post them. I don't see Kate today. I haven't heard from her this week. I've been very busy and I have not checked in with her, and I hope she's okay. Okay, so the timeline is sort of waiting on pins and needles to see if the price is locked in, if they've accepted the modification of the price per the discounts that they wanted to fix, to redo the roof and do some foundation work and stuff. It's an old house, and so they found some things that they wanted discounted, and so we're waiting to find out if that is settled. Pins and needles, all inspections are done, and the last contingency, the loan contingency, which is the last one, is removed on the 26th. Today, I believe, is the 22nd or 3rd? 23rd. And that's 3 days. Oh my gosh. So, and tomorrow, the next to last one is removed, if it's removed. And then, so Wednesday, my understanding is Wednesday, it will be set. And we know that these owners are coming. And then the, escrow closes on the 23rd of March. So I have to be gone this weekend. I'm going to Tennessee. Daryl, it's a very quick turnaround. I will not be able to get out to Cookeville. Where's Denise, by the way? Is she tuned in today? Good morning, Debbie. Thank you for following me. You're such a wonderful follower. Steve Rogers, good morning. Steve, remind everybody where you are, including myself. There's a helicopter just about to go over my head. It's funny, I can't see it. I don't know. It must have. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Right over my house. Love that. Life with Tyler. Hey, Life with Tyler. Hi, Tyler. Good morning. Oh, Teresa, you know what I'm going through. So, yeah, so that's pins and needles, all of that stuff. I'm still pins and needles on the whole thing. Good morning, Travis. And so, Kimi's got a great suggestion. So at any rate, I am officially moving. I have a moving date, and that is the 19th. I've been moving. Celine and I have been moving anything that will fit into my Prius. Many, 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 many trips, and the whole place is. You probably saw a little bit of that in that one video, where a lot more is sitting around now, and I have to make room for the actual furniture. Hey, yeah, I need to. Really need your advice. Okay. See ya. I'll call you.
Okay. Yeah.
My neighbor Steve. I have a lot of Steve friends. It's just interesting. My raw yogurt guy who makes my yogurt and brings it to me every Saturday. His name's Steve, and he's my neighbor. David Hamilton is on, everyone. Everyone say hello to David. If you saw my no, not today, but the last video that I did with David in his hillside garden, I asked him to tune in, and he is tuned in. So that's David. And if you have any questions about how he set up that hillside garden, this is the project we're working on. The Moira project in Delray got postponed until after I moved. But David's, all of his beds, everything was all set up. All he needs to do is reboot those beds and get them planted. So unlike down in the other garden project where we have to decide on raised bed materials and how it's going to look because it's her front yard, it's got to look good. It can't look rustic and thrown together. And Heaven's Essentials, good morning. VC Tutoring, good morning from Oregon. Thank you for tuning in again. And Cutilas Luis is in Brazil, right? No, Mexico. I just remembered before I saw that. Hey, Haffy is one of our moderators, John Heffenecker in Colorado. Snowy. Hakimi was suggestion. Hakimi, by the way, started a Facebook group, a late bloomer Facebook group, and Hakimi, can you actually post the actual URL, not just the name, but the actual URL? And if anybody wants to join his group, that would be wonderful. And Heaven's Essentials, remind me where you are. And Son of a Gun, 1814. Oh, Jeremy, thank you. Good morning from fabulous Phoenix. Inch of rain yesterday. It must be fabulous after an inch of rain in Phoenix. My plan is still to be in Phoenix. And Jeremy, you're not my Jeremy. I mean, okay, Jeremy is Jack's husband, but this is a different Jeremy. Obviously, has to be. Anyway, I'm going to be in Phoenix. My plan is to be in Phoenix on the 27th, 8th, and 9th. 27th to 30th, I believe, of March. Oh, and I meant to grab my calendar planners. If you go to my website, latebloomershow.com/calendar-planners. If you're a calendar planner person, we have created free download calendar planners, and you can get February and March. April is designed, but I haven't done it yet. Let's see. I'm going to just give a shout out to Game Boy. He's left me a comment on my video this morning. So it's Hakimi. Good morning, Jill Thomas from California. I'm trying to remember where you are in California. Central California in the mountains. So I'm thinking, my brain doesn't work anymore. It's all I can do to remember where everybody lives. The beautiful, beautiful place in the mountains in Central California that I've been to and photographed with the big peaks. Help me. It's not Yosemite. Is it? No. Yes, it's Yosemite. Oh my gosh. Yellowstone, I have never been to. I got close. I went to Bozeman and I thought about getting a bus out there, but it was the round trip. It was just going to be too much for one day. So David's talking about what he's going to plant in various. David is very into companion planting and compost. And he plants flowers in every little nook and cranny. That whole hillside garden is going to be like that when he's done. Son of a Gun, no, not Big Sur. I went to Big Sur last June, and I made a bunch of videos. So check those out. Those are without makeup. Yes, Happy, that's a good thing. I was going to tell everybody to just watch because, I only have, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 people that tune in to the live streams. And I thought, you guys can just watch it later. I wanted to get it up as soon as possible. I thought I would air that video at 6 a.m. But I was just fine tuning it and making it tighter and as a filmmaker, you want to make it as good as possible I mean, I do because that's my background. But at the end of the day, you've got to do another one a day or two later. So you can only spend so much time editing a video because you got to turn right around and make another one. And Hem R. Hey, where are you writing from? San Diego. Teresa, have you been down to see the fabulous permaculture garden? I did a video. Did you see my video that I did down in Fallbrook? That is a fabulous video. I mean, it's a really good video. First of all, I did a good job on that video, shooting it and editing it. And I hope everybody that missed it will go back and watch that, because these two women, mother and daughter, are doing something amazing. They're taking, I think, I want to say 3/4 of an acre, 2/3 or 3/4 of an acre. Maybe it's an acre and a half. Sure seems like an acre and a half. And they have this whole habitat. They use no chemicals. They grow their own food, and they have the most amazing wonderland. It's a paradise. And so please go back. All you have to do is go to my homepage and type in the top of my homepage, permaculture, or click on videos and type permaculture. And I have 4 videos on permaculture, which I think is fabulous, you know. What is Zuck, Kevin? Squash and beans today. The greenhouse is really helping with plant starts. Oh, well now, Kevin, so are you going to be able to move your greenhouse? Because I know you're moving. Do you have a greenhouse that's actually built onto the ground, or is it portable? Well, Daryl, wait till you see David's 6 raised beds. When he gets those roaring, it's going to be. Actually, I have never seen them roaring, David, because I've only been there when it was kind of in between, and so I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Please share that video. Those ladies are working tirelessly to bring the message of permaculture and to try to preserve that property. I mean, they could sell that for so much money, but no, they're hanging on to it because of the habitat that they've created and all of the insects and wildlife that they give a home to. And they could sell that for so much money, and they could put 10 more houses on that, or 5 or 6 or whatever. Let's talk about birds. Okay. I have I have a video. I heard this sound this morning. Yeah. Right over my head. I won't miss that. No, I won't miss those right over my head. It's a lot noisier over there, though. I'm going to have to get used to the noise. I want to show you. Let's see. I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can. Yeah. Jack. What bird is that? It's got yellow and black, and it's got spots. I don't know if I've got the reflection going. It's got a little black. Well, no, those are just the eyes. But it has little pieces of yellow and white and gray, and then little black spots. Oh, Eric says zucchini. Of course. I am Eric, I've lost my mind. Oh, where did it go? Oh, yeah. So did you guys see that bird? I'm going to freeze it on the, but what it was doing, it was trying to get in the window. Stop. How do you stop these dumb things? Stop. There we go. And then I'll make it bigger. What kind of bird is that, you guys? Oh, is it a finch? Thank you, Teresa. I haven't studied birds, and I don't know if they're common. But guess what? Bamboo, Daryl, this reinforces what you told me too, as birds love bamboo. And I saw these birds up in my bamboo on that side. I don't know if they're on this side. I have bamboo. I have a stand of bamboo in the back that I had literally carved a section of ground out of the tile over there. And down here, I carved a section out of the concrete. I had it done, obviously, when we had our construction done, and planted giant climbing bamboo. And Daryl, I don't know if you can eat that one. I know that you can eat some varieties of bamboo because we had bamboo when I was at Daryl's. But I noticed that these birds were flying around up in that bamboo. And so this little bird came and started pecking on the window. And I was in there trying to finish up that video. And I thought it was Lyndon, my cat. But I had seen her curled up sleeping. I bought her a new little cat bed because I thought, okay, she has never lived anywhere but here. 16 years, her whole life, she's been here, except when she was a baby. And she doesn't like change. I think change is hard for all of us, and it's really hard for me, and I'm really trying to inspire other people through my process of having to change my life and change where I live and change how I live. Because I know a lot of people face this as we get older. Good morning, Mr. Sweet. Yellow rump warbler. So it's not a finch? Or is a finch a warbler? A warbler is not a finch, is it? Oh, I didn't get to see the rump. I would much love to see the rump. Good morning, Mernita. Good morning, Nikki. Oh, 2 different people said yellow-rumped warbler. Three. Oh my gosh, you guys are so smart. I haven't studied birds since 6th grade, and that was, I don't know, 10 years ago. So, cardinals, yes. Cardinals also love, what did I hear cardinals love? They love to live in other bushes too. Anyway, okay, so we've got that identified. Yellow rump warbler, and I don't know if that's common for here, but it led to think that it would be a great discussion. We could talk about birds for a minute. Now, I'm sure you're aware that birds are threatened in many parts of the world. We just think, oh, birds are always going to be here. That they have their great life and they're always going to be around. But no, they've really been impacted by, population pressures and environmental pressures, and we've lost so many birds, and there's no telling how many birds perished in Australia. I mean, I heard that it was at least a billion animals perished in all the recent fires in Australia. Could be more. I don't know. So we have to do what we can to protect our birds. Now, if you have a property, offer them shelter, offer them water. I mean, that's really the most you can do in a food source. Let them eat your berries. I don't know. Daryl, you've got plenty of berries, wine berries, so you can let the birds eat most of those. But we have to take care of our birds. Birds are critical in the chain, in the whole chain of life, because birds eat insects, and it's all a balance. Let's see. Nikki, watch my video today and you'll see exactly what I'm planting. The things I am planting right now are things taking cuttings and various things that I am taking with me. And I have an arrangement with Vanita, who was one of my garden angels that just appeared into my life in the fall. And she lives, probably about, well, here driving, it's probably 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes away. And she has a garden, which I haven't seen yet because I haven't had time, but I am going to go see. And she took a lot of stuff. I gave her a lot of stuff, and then she also took stuff to hold for me when I do land somewhere. And so now that I know where my most immediate landing place is, and when and if I buy a piece of property in Tennessee, which is something I'd like to do, I will not be able to take my plants from here. That's not realistic or even possible, unless I drove all the way there. And I don't want to drive to Tennessee in a truck by myself. So, but I do want to have some of my plants with me. And Hakimi was saying I should take some of my dirt too. And you'll see in the video that I just uploaded this morning, when you get off of here, watch that. I am taking some of my dirt, which is my compost that we made, with me. Silver, I don't know what you've got an acre. Where are you, Nikki? Tell me which video. Okay. The video that I uploaded today, it's called Say It Isn't So. Getting ready to go. Getting ready to leave my paradise. I just uploaded it. It'll be the first video on my homepage. Teresa, of course, bees are even in worse trouble than birds. It's incredible. We just have to do all that we can to provide shelter, food, and protection for our pollinators, which include birds. Let's see. Oh, wait, Nikki, where are you again? You're 2 hours from Tennessee. I think I'm probably going to have to be in Tennessee. Let's see. But I could come and visit. Let's see. Yeah, the compost that I'm taking is going to go directly into pots. And I feel sure that Vanita, who's an avid gardener, is probably got active compost piles, but we actually haven't talked about that yet. David might share like a bucket of his fabulous compost. Wait till you see the video. So this is what we did yesterday. This was my day yesterday, in case you're wondering. So I got up and got ready, and Eric came, and we got some things together, and we went out to Topanga to help David boot up his beds. But David had a window of we didn't get there till 9:30. We were half an hour late. My fault. And because I had to write a letter in the morning. But anyway, we had from 9:30 till 12. We had a hard out at 12. He had to leave to go see his daughter in a play. And we were madly doing, he's got 6 large raised beds, and we managed to reboot one of them completely. And then the rain was threatening and he had to leave. And so he is either going to finish, dress the rest of them, or we're going to go back and help him. But the compost and soil in those raised beds, even though he has not, Daryl and I were talking about what we should do. Should we turn it over? And so what I do in the beginning, there's another bird. What I do in the beginning is I shove this spade trowel deep down into easily. I push it down like 10 inches. And the test was, if it just stops after 2 inches, we're going to have to do something. And it just went all the way down. And I said, no, we're not moving this. But one of the beds had, the soil was way too high. And one was or two of them we had lower levels because they were the beds that the tomatoes and the big plants grew in, and the soil just gets used and compacted. And so we added to that. So once it was leveled out, then we just focused on the dressing of the one bed. And so that's the very next video. I hope to edit that today and have it up tomorrow. And then of course I'll be gone on the weekend. So I'll try to get David's up tomorrow, and then what else? Maybe I could go back and pick up that Brooklyn video. Would you guys still be interested in a video that I shot in 2017 that I never edited? I also missed doing the video of my dear friend in Berlin, and I just never finished those two videos, and I really should do that. You're doing a jungle, Nikki. You should watch my garden in it's 2015 and 16. Oh my goodness, it was such a jungle, and I just finally. Hi, Beth. Hey, Jack Frost. Oh, wait, where'd you go? Let's see. Hey, Tony. Tony has tuned in from Manchester, UK, everybody. Say hi to Tony. Yes, I need trucks. Okay, so Daryl grows gourds, and he says birds' number one choice for house is gourds. You know, David, we could put, no, well, we don't have any gourds. Let's see. David, you need to grow gourds so that we can clean them and make birdhouses out of them. So while you're planting your squash, you should grow gourds. But Daryl, I think you grow your gourds up on a big teepee, right? Oh, I see, Silver Garcia, the MOA, yeah. It is a beautiful day, and there are no marks in the sky. No clouds and no marks. Good morning. No clouds and no marks in the sky. I love that. Good morning.
Morning.
So if anyone is just tuning in and you've never seen a live stream, I am sitting out on my front porch. Can you call it a porch if it doesn't have an overhang? It's a front patio. It's a small patio. And last summer I had tomato plants, and I had so many plants all around here. Look, this is what's left of my cranberry hibiscus. That's pretty sad. They really actually aren't annuals here, but I had such great luck with that first one that I thought, I'm going to try to keep this, but there just wasn't enough sun here. The hibiscus really loves sun, and I had my hibiscus in the sunniest spot in the garden in that corner over there, which is why I think it did so well. It was there for a couple of years. Young, I think, Haffy. I think Nikki is young. Oh, oh, okay. I get all my really young fans mixed up. Jamela, no, I'm not. I don't think I am, unless Vanita needs them. What I was hoping is that, when you sell a house, you have to vacate. You can't communicate in any way to potential buyers. And so what I'm hoping is that the new owners would want a little tour, and for me to explain what's out here before they might make a decision to just rip stuff out and not realize what they're ripping out. Like this dragon fruit cactus, by the way. I can't take that with me. It is wrapped all around my pine tree, and I really need to show that in another video. Okay, so the timeline is I'm officially moving on the 19th. I am gone this weekend. That leaves me 3 weekends? here. Let me just check the calendar. Well, the 19th is on a Thursday. So I have 2 weekends. No, I have 3 weekends because escrow closes. Do I still have my escrow lady, Teresa? Are you still on? Escrow closes on the 23rd. So what I'm planning to do, and I meant to say that this morning earlier when I started, is when I stuck my head out, it was really cold, and I said, nope, I am going out into the garden because I only get to do this 3 more times. So I want to share. I know you can't see that much though in a live stream unless I turn the laptop around. But I am going to be live streaming those 3 Sundays. The Sunday's the 22nd, escrow closes on the 23rd. So I'm going to do 3 more live streams from the front. I'm going to do a live stream after I move. I'm going to be back over here, I think, if I can. And I am going to shoot a goodbye video. Today's video is not goodbye. I'm not done. I'm not done preparing to leave. There go the parrots. See, we were talking about birds. I wanted to talk about the birds. I would love to do a video, birds of the late bloomer garden. But birds are very hard to capture. And I spent a great deal of time the first 3 years, when I wasn't spending all my time editing. I spent a lot of time shooting. And even with a long lens, it's pretty rare. It was pretty rare to get a clip or still shots of birds, because the minute you go and get the camera and you get back out and you go like that, poof, they're gone. And so it's something rare like that where, I was literally in my stairwell and I thought that sound was my cat, and it was like pecking on the window, like knocking to get in. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. So, okay, so I have a yellow something warbler, and I see a California brown towhee over there, and the wild parrot flock just went over. I don't know if you heard them. And right as I was signing on, I was hoping someone was listening. There was a bird, really loud bird, right up here that was singing, and I don't know which one it was. But Jamila, I would only take my worm bins if Vanita wants them and the new owners don't have an appreciation for that. No, Haffy, I have never seen my dragon fruit. I was hoping and praying that would happen. It's growing all over the place, but I don't see anything that looks like a fruit developing, and it may be still too cold. Yes, although I'm going to be gone this weekend, so really it's about 3. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know what a dusty mother is. Oh, Tony, it's interesting you should ask that. Tony has asked me if I have ever grown peanuts. I tried. I gave it the old college try 2 summers. And of course I had to grow in pots, which is not ideal, and cloth pots. And I got red Valencia peanuts from Sharon's Natural Gardens. And I've talked about Sharon many times, and I hope you guys, before you buy a whole bunch of seeds and various things from the big seed companies, take a look at what she's offering. She is so knowledgeable, and she answers questions. She really shares the knowledge, and she's trying to make a go of it, in her 70s on a 5-acre farm with 2 horses and a daughter that's going through cancer treatment. So anything you could do to help her would really please me. I have my beautiful baskets she wove from her own willow that she grew. And I'm not exactly sure what she's offering right now, but if you go to Sharon's Natural Gardens, you might be able to help her. And I would appreciate that. And so would she. Anyway, so Tony, growing peanuts here, it's not hot enough. Right here by the ocean, it just didn't. Nothing happened. I was just like, I just got these little plants like about this big, and then at the end of the season, I think I had 6 peanuts that had a total of 10 peanuts harvest. 10. I would love to grow peanuts. Are you growing peanuts? Oh, Lori, that's a great idea. That is a great idea. Or I could just say, you can watch my channel. Yes, Teresa, that's the last day of escrow. So I've never done this. So I don't know what that means, really. I don't know. I guess that's the day we turn over the keys. I really don't know. Oh, Tony, thank you. Tony's asking everybody to hit the like button, and I appreciate that. But Lori, that's a great idea. Will I have time to do that? I don't know. Well, Nikki, it's, I get something like 200 or 300 emails a day. A lot of that I don't want, but it's just, maybe after I get moved and get settled, I might be able to do that. Stephen, I am moving. I keep explaining this, so I'm sorry for the people that have heard this 25 times. Oh God! By the way, still have TMJ. It's killing me. I'm moving into an apartment that some friends of mine live in the building, and they wanted me there, and that's why I'm going there. I will only have like a handful of pots there and whatever I can grow in my apartment. I don't have a balcony. And then I have all these other garden projects that I'm involved in. I'm involved in David's garden, his hillside garden. We're rebooting that and shooting videos, and he's enjoying the process of us shooting videos. He's in the movie business, so it comes natural. And then of course the big project in Marina del Rey, and I need time to focus on that because we are really completely changing over this front yard, and it's her front yard of a perfect little house, so it's got to look nice, but she's converting it to an edible garden. So those are 2 big projects I'll be working on. And I also was connected to someone who's starting a lot of people say, why don't you just get a community garden plot? There's a 10-year waiting list. 10-year waiting list to get on, to get a plot at least in the Santa Monica system, which is where I'm going to be living. And, but I just heard I was just connected. Remember Zachary's dad wrote me from San Francisco, and he said someone that they knew at Zachary's school before they left has spent 6-year effort getting a community garden started. And so he's just connected us, and I've written to them, and I'm waiting to hear something. So I have so many things. And of course I want to travel and visit. And I was just in touch with Doug yesterday at Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. And Doug suggested I do a collaboration with a couple of great YouTubers, so homesteaders. So I'm going to contact them and see if they're interested. And so that's something else I'll be working on. And also I'm working on, I wanted to put this out and see if people were interested. Would you be interested in a video, the best of late bloomer, the various seasons? Because this would be more of a like beautiful images rather than teaching about gardening. So, and I don't even know how long each one would be, but I would try to keep them reasonable length. So let me know if that's something. Javi says, sure. Let's see. People have been telling me I should make extract. Teresa, can you let me know how to do that? I don't know how to do that. And I'll have to do it over there because I don't even have any pots here anymore. So many things have already been moved over. I think whatever Tony posts is probably safe, Happy, but let me just see what that link was. Ooh, I think that's fine, Happy. Let's see. That's funny. I don't know how to get it back on. That's funny. Happy, undo that. That's I think that's fine information. Thank you, Jack. Jack Davis is listening in while driving, everyone. Say hello to Jack. Well, you can't say it out loud. Rebecca, did you see my Amsterdam videos then? David just got back from Amsterdam. Did he just mention that? Dana says, have I talked to OAG lately? No, I haven't. No, I haven't, Dana, and I really need to. I heard that he just uploaded a video the other day, so. Well, Tony, if I get to my own place in Tennessee, I'll have a grow space. My biggest concern about getting a homestead, and I'll just be frank, is I'm alone. And so, unless I was right next door to Daryl, I don't know, I mean, obviously I'd have to have help. And getting gardening help here is, I'm sure, a lot easier than it is there out in the country. So it's a huge decision for me because, you figure you only got so much time left. How do you want to spend that? Who do you want to spend it with? Do you want to spend it by yourself? Or do you want to be around people? It's huge considerations. I mean, I would love a huge garden. I would love to have a big greenhouse. That would have to be built, and managed. And could I do that and still work 40 hours a week on my YouTube channel? I don't know. I don't know if it's possible. So these are all considerations, and I'm praying that the answers are revealed to me, because I just choosing something is really impossible. A chickadee. Oh, fantastic. Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Harag is in Pasadena. That's a good question. I would go ahead and seed it. He's asking when should he seed Egyptian spinach in zone 10? Jack is listening in while she's driving, and I'm sure I don't know how you can answer though, Jack, if you're driving, unless Jeremy's driving and you're listening. But anyway, I seeded it in January when in trays when I grew it. I grew it 2 different years, and I seeded everything in January and early February. It was done by then. So I would do it now. Leslie from It Started With a Garden says hello to David. David, I don't know if you're still on. Jill says that her cat ducks when my parrots fly over. Oh, yes, we have a lot of wild parrots in Southern California. I just, oh, a pileated woodpecker. Oh, what is it like to have a screech owl? That must be like scare. I mean, all of a sudden it must scare you to hear that. But oh, I love owls. The until they, let's see, from 94 when we came here to 2005 when they tore that house down. There was a huge tree that was right on the property line on that side, and all of it hung over all the way into the balcony upstairs. And a big old owl lived up there, and it would hoo at night. I loved it. It was fantastic because I felt like it was keeping down the predators. I mean, it was keeping down the varmints. The rats and mice. Let's see. No worries, Stephen. Thank you for making the effort to catch up. I really appreciate it. Oh, by the way, this is my oil. I always tell you my oil. I usually do this in the beginning. This is my oil today. This is called Peace and Calming. This has orange and some floral scents, and I just love it. And I want to talk. Oh my gosh. I have. Of course, it's been a very stressful year, and I've lost a lot of sleep over all of this that has gone on. And I want to talk about taurine because I'd never even heard of taurine. It's a natural supplement. I wonder if anybody's taking it, but I've been taking it, and I have found that it helps with stress without taking a pharmaceutical or something. So is anybody else doing that? Timsy Skies, good day from down under. Oh my gosh. Were you anywhere near the fires? We're so concerned about. I was just talking about all the animals that perished in all the fires. One of my very good friends is from down under. His name is Nick Tate, the actor, and he's the husband of Hazel, who's actually originally from Britain, grew up in post-war London. And I did this fabulous video. I got such great comments. But not a lot of people saw it, which it was so frustrating because I feel like a lot of people would really enjoy it. So Timsy, I am challenging you to watch that video. It's a recent video, so if you just go down, if you click on videos from my homepage and you scroll down, you'll see Hazel and I. She's holding her scones, and we have cups of tea, and she talks about growing up in post-war London. And I love doing interviews like that. Rebecca, you say that very affirmatively, like very, very definitively, like I am moving to Tennessee. We'll see. I have a 1-year plan. I've got a 1-year lease on this apartment, which is now going to be up at the end of, I want to say October. That's not that far away. That's like 8 months after this one. So we'll see what transpires. My family wants me there, obviously, but I got a son in Idaho now and a son in Austin. So a lot of and I'm an actor, and I still want to pursue acting. So it's challenging. Let's see. But anyway, Tony, if I go to Tennessee, I'll have my own garden. I'll own my own garden. I wish I could own my own place here, but I can't. Helder, kisses from Amsterdam. We were just talking about Amsterdam. I hope you heard that. Thank you so much. It's hard. The garden, the garden was scaled back, but so many of my plants are still here. And so this part hasn't changed that much, but inside my house, so many things are gone. And doesn't feel, I have rooms closed off because I'm not even going in there because they're staged, and it doesn't feel like home anymore until I go to bed. And then it's and it's so quiet in the morning, and I wake up and I feel like I'm in the country. I'm very lucky to have been able to live on this street in this community of Los Angeles for 25 years. But now I got to go back out into the war zone. Let's see. Trampoline tunnel is coming on. That's fantastic. Teresa, are you talking to me that I should call you? Let's see. And I'm sorry I didn't say, I saw your name before, Lisa, and I didn't say good morning, but I did see that. I'm really behind on my comments. Teresa, I want to know how to make the lemon extract. I also have a lot of oranges, and rather than just give them away. Let's see, Mernita, or I hope you're talking about checking out Sharon's Natural Gardens before you buy seeds, or she makes tinctures, and she has a lot of other, she has live plants. She sells, remember I did this in the video? Hold on. Okay, what is this stuff again? My brain is just not working today. This is, help me. My brain is just not working. This is the stuff that stings you. Stinging nettle. There you go. It actually, it's kind of yellow. I wonder if it's running. She was saying that after it flowers, and these look like flowers, but I think I can still sting myself on my hand. You notice I'm not wearing the splint on my hand. I'm only wearing that when I'm doing, I don't even think I had that on yesterday. I didn't, David. I didn't have that on yesterday. Oh, there we go. So this is supposed to be good for inflammation. And for sure, I have a lot of inflammation. I first injured this joint. It's called Gameskeepers. I don't know if you've ever done it, but it doesn't seem to, ow, doesn't seem to be stinging quite as much as it did that first time. Maybe when it flowers, it's different. But Gameskeeper's thumb is when this joint gets pulled too far back. And if it's never happened to you, you probably don't know this, but the ligament that controls, that goes from here to here, is stronger, or tendon, I'm not sure if it's a ligament or a tendon, is stronger than the bone material it's attached to. So what happened is I was skiing, and I was kind of showing off a little bit because there was a lot of powder, and there was some people standing there, that my friends were standing there waiting for me, and I was kind of, coming up, and I thought, I'm going to do a big turn, spray some snow on them or something, and I did a face plant instead. And this was in 2006 when I still had straps, pole straps. They don't have that anymore, and that pole got underneath me, and it pulled that all the way back. I know it sounds gross. And so it literally, the ligament pulls bone material away from this bone. And that's called Gameskeepers, because I think in shooting or something, it happens too. I think that's why they call it that. But anyway, this joint inflammation goes back a ways. I didn't get surgery. I didn't do anything other than get some reflexology at the time. And I regret that now. I see that Doug and Stacy just uploaded a video, so just wait till you get off my live stream before you check that out. Did you see the chickadee, Beth? Or are you just hearing it? I don't even know what they look like. What do they look like? Thank you, Tony. Okay, Teresa, are you talking about lemons or are you talking about stinging nettle? You're going to have, Teresa, please do me a favor and leave me a comment underneath the video. And that way it will refresh my mind. Lisa Lee. Have you been stung before, Lisa? Is that why your skin crawls? I didn't know that, Teresa. Thank you. So she said, don't touch my face with this. Okay, I won't. The wild ones in shady spots are the strongest ones. Tony, are we talking about stinging nettle? The wild ones in shady spots are the strongest ones. Make a tea from the tips with a good honey. Well, I've got a good honey. Right, Happy. You know my pain. Amal. Yes, it's really complicated, Amal, and I'm, for a realtor. Oh my gosh, there's so much paperwork. It's incredible. They have to know so many things. There's so many regulations, so many laws, especially in California. We have, you can't sell a house. You cannot sell a house with a toilet that's not a low flush. That's just, you can't do it. So I had this old toilet in one of the bathrooms and it had never been replaced. I had been nursing this thing along thinking, oh, just let the new owners get the toilet of their dreams. And she said, no, that has to be replaced. So I had to replace it. Yeah, there's a lot of regulations and a lot of paperwork and I don't like reading contracts and I don't like legal stuff, so this has been a very difficult year for me. Lisa Lee. Ooh, wow. Head to toe stinging nettle would be, that sounds, I had one time, well, shall we say, one time, I think it was in Virginia somewhere, we went out to this house. Friends went out to this house and there was no toilet in this old house that we went to look at or something. And I needed to relieve myself. And, it's so easy for a guy, but not so easy for a gal. And I somehow brushed up my backside to some poison ivy. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. I mean, it was a patch like that. I couldn't sit down. It was like seeping through my clothes. It was, yeah. So I feel your pain, Lisa. Isaiah, is it worth it money-wise? I'm not sure what you're asking. If you're asking, is it worth living in Los Angeles because it's so expensive to live here? If that's what you're asking, it's hard to say. If you didn't have to live here, you wouldn't. Let's put it that way. Because it's too expensive. I just did that. Let's see. Okay, Jack Davis was driving by herself. So she probably left a couple of comments, a couple of hellos during the traffic. She obviously wasn't texting and driving at the same time. Cod liver oil I was forced to consume when I was a child, and I don't remember why my mother made me take that. Tony, what is it good for? What is going on here? Okay. Let's see. We got a little bit of a issue. Just distracting. Let's see. Daryl. Daryl has to leave. See you. Oh, I'll try to. Daryl. Lisa. Let's see. I think I removed something I didn't mean to remove. Tony says, oh my goodness. In Turkey, a friend of Tony's went to a Turkish bath, and they finished the bath by whipping him with stinging nettles. Ooh, that sounds horrible. Wait, Tony. Now, because the comments aren't together, I'm getting lost. Mix up what with fresh OJ? Because this is not the same basket from last week. This is a new basket. Oh gosh, that's heavy. And I don't have a good juicer. Turmeric all the way. Tony, when I get off, which will be any second now, would you please write down below, put your comments together so I know what you're talking about, because I want to do that, whatever it is. Oh, cod liver oil with the OJ. Okay, I thought we were talking about stinging nettle. Cod liver oil with the OJ and turmeric? Is that what you're saying? And Teresa, are you saying orange extract also? Okay. Okay, guys. All right. I think I think I talked about everything that I meant to talk about, and it is over an hour. So please go and watch the. I got to keep down my stress. Oh man! If anybody's interested in learning more about the Young Living essential oils, please leave a comment under the video, under the live stream. And please watch my video today and follow my journey as I work in various gardens and search for my own permanent garden. And also, you know, I'm going to be doing container gardening at my apartment. So the very next time I will be with Eric will be the first weekend in March, and we're going to pot up my 4 citrus trees, my 4 little citrus trees. We're going to pot them up over at my apartment. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Beth, Tony, Happy, thank you for helping out. And Christina, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. I really, okay. So Tony, have I got this straight? It's great for the joints. OJ and cod liver oil and turmeric, but you got to have pepper. If you take turmeric, you got to have pepper because it's more easily absorbed into the body if you're taking pepper or piperine. Anyway, oranges, Isaiah. Those are oranges. Okay, everybody. Yes and yes. Cod liver oil, OJ, and turmeric and pepper for my joints. Will do. Okay, so you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but that is red. It's red and swollen. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. And I look forward to coming to you live from Nashville next Sunday at the same time. All right, thanks so much. Love you guys. Take care.